Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Bean here, and today I'm coming at you with, the mid-year book Freakout tag. Because I can, honestly, and I've been seeing a lot of these go up. I know middle of the year is like the end of this month, so this is as close as I'm getting to the end of the month, and we're gonna go with it, so yeah. I found someone that has them all listed on here, so we're just gonna go through them pretty quickly. I'm tired, but if anyone gets my shirt, the bottom part says Fire Demon, and it makes me very happy. You can find it in my box lunch, so that's very exciting. Alright, but basically the mid-year book Freakout tag is where we talk about kind of like the best and the worst of the year so far. So far this year I have read 63 books, which is a solid amount and is actually put me ahead of where of schedule in order to achieve my goal of 100 books this year. I'm hoping to get 125, but I have my goal set at 100, so that way we'll be all good. But yeah, I'm just gonna hop right into it. I'm gonna start off with the best book you've read so far this year. Now, there's a couple of these that I would love to talk about, but the biggest one that I know I have talked about this year, the one that for me I have just absolutely loved, was Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score. This book actually just came out. I got an art copy of it and I read it like really quickly after I got it because I was so excited for this book. This book follows Maggie, who is a fixer-upper YouTuber, so she buys fixer-uppers and then she films her whole process of remodeling on YouTube, and she ends up falling for one of the landscape artists, and it's absolutely adorable. It's a very sweet book, and I could not get this book out of my mind. I absolutely loved it, and I am so excited that it's out and now people can read it and I can recommend it to people and they can actually get their hands on it. It's very exciting. A runner-up for this was Deal with the Devil by Kit Rocha. I absolutely loved this book. I loved the whole concept of it. It was so much fun. Mercenaries and librarians basically taking over in a post-apocalyptic dystopian world, and it's so much fun. It was great, and I cannot wait to finish the trilogy. Alright, next question. We've got the best sequel you've read so far this year. Well, I haven't finished this one, but it is definitely high up on the list because I am absolutely loving Ravencaller by David Dalglish. I am a little slow on reading this one just because a lot did happen in the first half of it, but it is so good and I am absolutely loving this book, so definitely this one is up there. I also have to say, I'm not holding up all of them, but the Spy X Family series, as it's continuing on, I am absolutely loving this series and I cannot wait to see where the story goes. Number 3, a new release you haven't read yet but want to. Actually, so I have a couple of these here, so let me grab them. So there are just so many new releases that I want to read and want to get my hands on, but there are 2 of them that I have right here that are library books that I have that are very high up on my list. I have When Women Were Dragons by Kelly Barnhill. This is a story that takes place in about now. It takes place, it follows an event called the Mass Dragoning of 1955, when hundreds of thousands of ordinary wives and mothers sprouted wings, scales, and talons, left a trail of fiery destruction in their paths, and took to the skies. And it's about the repercussions of over half the female population turning into dragons and what happened with that. And I don't know, this book just sounds so interesting to me. It just came out. I believe it just came out in April. But like also, I know there's a glare because this is a library book, but it's so pretty and you got the dragon here. It's such a pretty book. Alright, and the next book, of course, is The Recovery Agent by Janet Ivanovic. I am a big fan of Janet Ivanovic, and I have been reading most of her series. I've read all except for 2, I haven't read 2 of them to completion, but I love her stuff. So this is her newest one. And I'm not sure exactly what it is. But basically, it's about someone who is a recovery agent, so she's hired by individuals and companies seeking lost treasures, stolen heirlooms, or missing assets of any kind. And this is the first book in a brand new series that's just by her. So that's exciting. This one came out in March, and I'm very excited to read it. Number 4, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. Okay, honestly I'm not positive because I am not looking ahead to a lot of the releases, but let's see what I have. I don't know what I have. Okay, so one book that I am definitely looking forward to is Babel by R.F. Kuang. I'm not exactly sure the date that this one comes out, but I'm very excited for it. Next one is the biggest disappointment of this year. Oh boy, so the problem with me talking about these is the fact that I don't keep any of these books once I've had them, and once I've tried to read them and discovered I absolutely hated them, I get rid of them. Which one? I have a couple books that I DNF'd, but I think the biggest disappointment for me would have had to be one that I read at the beginning of the year, and that's City of the Beasts by Isabella Allende. I've heard amazing things about Isabella Allende as an author, especially for adult books, and I read her YA book and it felt so two-dimensional, and there was I didn't enjoy any of it, and I was very disappointed in that. And kind of hand in hand with that would be Ember of Night by Molly E. Lee, because I've heard so many good things from other people about this book, and then I couldn't get into it because I couldn't connect with the main character. I didn't like her. I didn't like her attitude. I wanted her to leave. I did not want to read her stories, so I guess that's probably where that came from. But yeah, so unfortunately these two were the disappointments for me. The next question, the biggest surprise. Oh boy. Honestly, I have to go with Maggie Moves On by Lucy Score, and I know this is kind of cheating because I'm using the same book for 2, but I did not expect to enjoy this book nearly as much as I did. It's a romance, and romances for me don't usually get more than 3 stars, and this one got a full 5 stars, and I wouldn't stop talking about it. But I expected it to get 3 stars at most, because I expected it to be cute but predictable, and it was to a point, but it was so well done, and I really, really liked it. So I would have to say that's probably one that was the biggest surprise for me. Next one is the favorite new author, either debut or new to you. That's honestly easy. I have fallen in love with David Dalglish's writing, honestly. I'm in love with it. I love his fantasy worlds. I can't wait to read more of what he has written and see if I like his other worlds as much. But he's an author I have not touched before this year, and I cannot wait to read more of his stuff. I really can't. I love his fantasy worlds, so. Because they make sense and they're logical, but they're also magical at the same time, and it's a lot of fun. Number 8, we're gonna go with newest fictional crush. Okay, this one's hard for me because I don't really have crushes on my characters. But I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna go with Twilight from Spy X Family, because who doesn't love a spy who just knows exactly what to say? Like, it's pretty cool. But like, him and Yor are just perfect, so I have a crush. I think he's awesome, and I love his personality. I think he's perfect for his wife. But, yes, so I'm gonna have to go with this one. Newest favorite character. Oh, interesting. The first one I'm going to mention is Maya from The Devil You Know by Kit Rocha. This is the second book. She's in the first book as well, but you really delve into Maya's character in the second book of the Mercenary Librarian series by Kit Rocha. I love Maya. She's quiet, but she's super intelligent, and once she gets confidence, she is willing to take charge of anything, and I absolutely love that in a character. You see her develop, you see her coming into the person that she needs to be in order for this story to work, and I absolutely love that. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to go with Jamie Gray from the Kaiju Preservation Society by John Scalzi, because Jamie's hilarious, and Jamie's just, he just needs a paycheck, and he's like, I'll work with animals? Sure, why not? And Jamie's just so cute, and I love Jamie. Maybe Jamie's a new fictional crush, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I rather like Jamie. But he's gone for like 6 months at a time, so I don't know that that would work out between us anyways. I'm good. Question 10. A book that made you cry. That's easy. No book has made me cry yet this year. I haven't really read any sad books. I'm trying not to be depressed or anxious and stuff, and it's not working. But I don't pick up books that are gonna make me cry right now. Sorry, I haven't done it yet. Alright, book that made you happy. Easy. This book made me so happy, and I absolutely loved it, and I will read it again simply because it made me smile. And yeah, there's violence in it, but there's kaiju in it, and there's so much sass in this book. Alright, most beautiful book you've bought so far this year or have received. Alright, this is actually not as hard as I thought, and I didn't pick Crescent City, I know, even though that is a very beautiful book. I'm trying to branch out a little bit. I'm gonna go with Gallant. I got the Owl Crate edition of Gallant, and it is just, the end pages are so lovely, just so lovely, and it's got a quote right here on the front, and it's just such... It's such a pretty book. I do appreciate it. I haven't read Gallant yet. I do love Sprayed Edges as well. But I have heard amazing things about this book, honestly. And people still seem to really love it, which is really quite cool to see. The next one I'm going to say is The Book of Dragons. This is edited by Jonathan Strahan. And honestly, just because of the art of the dragons, it's just so pretty. It's so pretty. And then... honestly, I gotta go with Fireheart, because this is the, which one is this one? This is the bookish box version of this book, and it comes with this exclusive dust cover, which has 2 swords on the back, 1 sword on the front, and it's got our end pages here. It is signed end pages. We've got a heart on the back cover. And then we've got the normal cover right here, also glossy and shiny. But really it's because of this. It's because there's a friggin' dragon embossed on the cover, and I love that. I think that is gorgeous. And then we've got the gold embossing, and then we've got a quote right here on the back. And it's just, honestly, this is such a pretty book. I don't know that I'm going to like the book. And then we're going to add in, there's swords right here on the end pages. It's just so pretty. I don't think it's my kind of book, unfortunately. We'll see. It's not a long book, and it's not going to be hard to read. But it's just so pretty, and I just love the dragon. So. And last question. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? All of them. Many of them. I need to finish my reread of Harry Potter, my reread of the Kingkiller Chronicles. I have heard rumors, supposedly the 3rd book in the Kingkiller Chronicles by Patrick Rothfuss is coming out this year. It's supposed to come out next month, but we haven't heard anything. So now I'm not sure if I believe him, and I'm really sad about that. I need to finish the Keepers series. I need to read everything on my TBR cart. I need to... what else do I need to... I need to read a lot of things, so that's kind of not a fair question. I would like a different question, please. Because basically I just need to read everything. But that is my mid-year book freakout tag. So there, I'm freaking out about the fact that I just have a lot of books to read now. Thanks. I needed that. I didn't really need that. I really didn't. Alright. Alright, well, that's what I got for you guys here today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, now is the perfect time to give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button down below. We post videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and the occasional Sunday. I know that over half of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. I would really appreciate it if you guys would subscribe. It really helps us out quite a bit. And if you end up changing your mind, you can always change it later. And you can always change your mind later if it comes to that. But yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and keep reading. Bye!